Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Okay, today we will talk about maybe it's about Sandria, I think, yeah. The
It's
story of Sandria.
it's
Grand,
about
grand, 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 grand father
Chinese
or mother from Sandria.
Hello.
Indonesia. Yeah, hello. Like yesterday, we also have talked. Hello there. Okay, so last meeting we also talked about like Japanese culture, and now and one asked how about Chinese in Indonesia lives. So today I will share to you, yeah, just the history of Chinese in here. So, like you guys know, I'm born in Indonesia, but my grandparents is from China. Yeah, so like my grandparents from my father's side is like they sail from Fujian to Malang. So I heard the story about my grandfather's like because in China at that time it's very like the economic condition not that good, so they want to go abroad. So they hope they can find a better income. So like my grandfather, they first go to Singapore, and in the Singapore they like in Singapore it's not good also, so they just hear from friends, oh, Indonesia is more good, and there are city called Malang. They are so cool and the environment is good. So my grandfather in the small boat with villagers people like 12 or 15, I don't know, with small boats go to Malang. They don't know anything. Like there is no Google, there is no GPS. They in the beach and then go to forest and until came to Malang. And my grandfather is open shop like bicycle shop. Okay, like that. So in Malang, a long time ago, there are also a lot of race. Like in Malang, there is a lot. In Indonesia, also there's a lot of Chinese people come, and they come from very different part of China. So I will share screen to you the example. Here's. Oh, oh, you must allow me to share screen.
Okay.
Can you? Host
Yeah.
disable participant share screen sharing. How to?
Okay. You can.
Okay. So here's the maybe I will do like this. Wait. Okay. So this example of Chinese race in Indonesia, there is a Kejiaren. Kejiaren in Indonesia, they also live in Malang. They usually like cooking, make a restaurant, or they just like sell like some things like Wal or not like 7-Eleven, but in the yeah, like 7-Eleven, like uh many things are, yeah. And then Fujian Ren is very common in here. They called Hokkien Ren. They like in the shop there's a lot because Fujian also have like me, it's from a part of Fujian, and there is a people like from Xiamen, Fuzhou, and me from Fujian. It's like a lot of things. Just so Fujian people usually just um, if from my grandfather's side they like sell bicycle, and from other area they also sell another things like clothes. No, there is no clothes like silk, yeah, silks or yeah, just raw material for clothes, and maybe some people also cooking. And Hubei, from Hubei in Malang, there is a usually Hubei is Wuhan. Yeah, Wuhan, and the area of Wuhan usually in here. They long time ago usually they do a job dentist, like Indonesian people don't usually go to Hubei to fix their teeth. And then there is a Guangdong Ren. Guangdong Ren long time ago in Malang usually work as like first they make furniture. So there's a lot of furniture in Indonesia or in Malang. It's until now it's Guangdong peoples who make that. And then the second Guangdong peoples usually do a job in the restaurant. So in here there is a lot of Guangdong or like Hong Kong dishes because of a lot of Guangdong people who like cooking. Yeah, so like that. So here, this is a Guangdong long time ago. So Chinese people who like cooking is come from here. Maybe they took a sail, and here's Fujian. Do you know? Do you guys know where is it?
Xiamen
Yeah, this is
or
a
Quanzhou?
Gulang. No. This is Gulang.
Oh,
This is Xiamen, long time ago. And this is maybe
it's
Fuzhou.
crowded, right?
Ah,
Long time ago, it's crowded.
yeah, it's already crowded. Like, but here's in Gulang is a lot of like
Western style building.
Western style, and this is like in the part of Fujian, maybe of Fuzhou, and this is we our favorite place now.
Zhongsanlu.
Yeah, Zhongshanlu. Hey Juan, you mute your microphone. Yeah, this is so. Also, a lot of shaman people who came here, like in Malang, Surabaya, in Medan, yeah, like that. And then here's my grandfather's house. So my grandfather's
Putian?
is, yeah,
In Putian?
yeah, in Putian. So
Oh,
this is now it belongs to someone else, but that person not changed that much. So when my grandfather still a little kids, he live in here. So here's in village, yeah. And then when I go to China, I go to here. And then here's another list of China in Indonesia. There is a Kejiaren, Keren. Ke in Chinese is guest, right? So they also lived in Fujian, in Guangzhou. Actually, like Kejiaren, Ke race is from north, like they are escaped from war, like long time ago, like opium war or something. And then they lived in like in Tulo, in here or in another part of South China, and people in South China like think they are a guest, so they called this race is Kejia, means like guest races, a guest, yeah. And then this is Hubei long time ago. So Hubei it's like more in the north. So Hubei people who came to Malang, it's like more white. Yeah, yeah, like that. And then here's like long time ago, here's Chinese people who go to sail to another place. Maybe my grandfather also used this kind of boat. Yeah.
That's amazing, Sandra.
Yeah. So like so long time ago, here's the situation. This is a Chinese in Jakarta. Also, there is a lot of Chinese people. This is 雅加达的唐人街. Yeah. Jadi so like this, and then here's in Amadea City, 万隆的唐人街 in Bandung. So they also use Chinese
Chinese
letter.
style.
Yeah, Chinese style. And this is Chinese temple in Bandung. Look,
Wow.
this is a local people, and this is a like Chinese temple like Sumiao. Yes.
Beautiful.
And yeah. And then here's in Surabaya, Seprido's workplace, 泗水 the 唐人街. Surabaya is called 泗水 in Chinese, and Bandung Wanlong. So here's in Surabaya. And here's Chinese shop in Malang, Malang the 唐人街. Here's. So here's is my grandfather's shop if you want to know. Here's.
Okay.
Here's my grandfather's shop. Yeah, really. I found this. So like long time ago, there is a train, like use electricity. They use this rail, and this is my grandfather's shop. And now this is a McD, like my Thang Lao, McDonald's, and this is still same.
Where's this, Andrea? Is it in
This is
Malang?
Malang. Yeah. So this is my grandfather's shop, also my father's homes, like long time ago. In Kayu Tangan Street. Names of the street is Kayu Tangan because in this like there is a tree and the like the tree it's like a human hand. So kayu is wood and tangan is hand. So this street called Kayu Tangan. And then here's is because at that time in Malang also there is a like four race. First is Netherlands or Dutch, two is Chinese, local people, and Arabian people. So they like so Chinese people usually live in here, and in Malang there's Arabian people also live in here. Like one street for just for Arabian. This is not that street, but near, and this is the street. Like until now there is a lot of Arabian people lives in here. They call Embong Arab. Embong is the street and Arab is Arabic.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, and then here's is I want to tell about the religion in Indonesia at that time at Netherlands when Netherlands still in Indonesia. Yeah. So there is a Chinese temple in Malang. Long time ago it's like this, and now it's like this. And there is a church also from Netherlands. Where is one? Oh, hello. This is a church also from Netherlands. Like the church is already construction. First is more small and more high. This is also so this church, if you go along the way to here, it's my grandfather's grandfather's shop. And then here's acculturation. Yeah, I will talk about acculturation in Malang. So like our acculturation in Malang is not just in Malang, in Indonesia is like there is a lot of journeys. Like in Indonesia, first like this, when Chinese people came to Indonesia, they are so poor. Okay, so they came here and work hard, and then they like have a profit like from shop and etc. So like and in that time like the Dutch allows Chinese people to sell things, and after we have independence, like the government thinks why our economic is it's uh it's run by Chinese, not local people. At that time, like my grandfather is not Indonesian. He's like WNA. He's like warga negara asing, us like
Foreign.
yeah,
A
foreigner. They
foreigner.
have a Indonesian ID. So, but they already open a shop and get a profit from the shop. So government like think why our economic is all run by Chinese. They not even Indonesian, like still foreigner. So at that time it's after the independence, right? After independence, one it's 1,000. Oh, it, it's like 60 years at 60 1960 itu apa?
1960.
Oh yeah, 1960. At 1960, our government have a president comment. It's called PP, Peraturan Presiden. Yeah, called PP. Like the first is like Chinese people who still foreigner don't have an ID card must uh, must use ID card and sign if you are Indonesian, or you must go back to China. Like at that time, China also already give a boat. Yeah, Chinese government give already provide a big boat for Chinese people who in Indonesia. But like this, so some people go to China, and my family, my fathers tell me like they already pack things, but I don't know why they don't go back to there. Like there is a obstacle like that. Like at that time it's not easy to mobiles. Yeah. So maybe that boat is not enough, or the government changed the like government changed the laws again. And then after that, like in 1960, there is a laws. So if you want to still open the shop, you must sign if you are Indonesian people and change your name to Indonesia. So like my name is Kwan Lishan, but because must change to Indonesian name, and you don't you at that time it's not allowing to say like Sandia Kwan, just Kwan. You must make it not Kwan, like you must make it
Like
not
Indonesian language.
Indonesian name. You don't allow to just sing just family name. So there is a lot of Indonesian people who don't know who they are, what their family name is. So at that time, uh, it's it's really struggle for us because there is a lot of Chinese shop who like there is a army from Indonesian government who came to every Chinese shop and like show them like you don't this is Indonesian land, you don't allow uh to sell a things here. Some people just yeah, give it to government, okay, but like my grandfather, he's like brave, so he's like argue with this army, and then the army don't take his shop like that. Oh, and Sefrido and Dea, do your grandfather tells about the things, or uh, how's your family at that time? Have you ever heard from your grandfather or something?
No, they
Like,
don't tell me about this story, but I read some not books, but like some papers about this. Uh, as I uh as I know also that at that time the situation is really bad, especially like for Chinese people and for another foreigners.
oh yeah,
Mm.
so yeah, just like that. So yeah, so it's like need to argue, and if you don't want, like, yeah, there is also, because at that time all people like so struggle in life, yeah. So there is a lot of Chinese people who not have a food.
Suffer.
Yeah, suffer. Like there is a lot of people who homeless too. Like yeah, I also read once about like the biography or another people who like homeless after the army took their shop.
Mm.
But yeah, luckily my grandfather's not, yeah, my grandfather win. But it's also struggle because yeah, it's so scary. Okay, so that's why like there is a, when my father grows up, there is a lot of like racism, like yeah, they hate each other, so it's okay. But as we more aware, and right now our generation is, there is no a lot of that issue anymore, and we are more open-minded. So that's the why there is a like that, and there is a, yeah, there is a lot of struggle. And if you know, like there is also a tragedy like 1998, or Chinese people say 98 Tuwa. Yeah, it's tragedi 98. It's so scary, but it's also slowly we getting more peaceful with all of that things. Yeah, just like that. And then the acculturation is happens in Gus Dur era. So like long time ago in Suharto's president, its second president in Indonesia, they ban Chinese culture. Like Suharto is, yeah, they ban our culture to show up. But after that, in the Gus Dur era, he is allowing us to show. So Chinese culture can go with our local culture together. You see, this is a reok. This is a like lion dance. We call it barong sai because it's like barong, but sai it's like Chinese. And this is ondel ondel, and this is also Chinese dance. This is very common now. Yeah. And then here's, this is a puppet in Chinese that I took from a Juanzhou museum. So this is by myself took a picture. So Chinese people also have puppet like this and like this. I don't know, maybe in Chinese also a acculturation of some culture, but this is originally Juanzhou puppet. Like, and then in Indonesia there is a like this. So you know, like Sabri does tell you about the puppet who from woods, and now like foreign Chinese people who in Indonesia make that too. Like potehi puppet. We say potehi puppet. Okay, so in Indonesia there is Chinese puppet acculturation with our puppet, so it's become like this. Okay, this show usually in Malang is in the last. I give you a Chinese Sumiao in Malang. Yeah, there is every like Lantern
Temple.
Festival. There is a this puppet show, and but it's yeah, but yeah, usually like old people watch that. And then how to next this? Ah, and then another differences between Chinese in the China and our
Mm.
Chinese in Indonesia is this Yuan Xiaojie Lantern Festival. Do you know Yuan Xiaojie? The whole like 15 day of the first month in the
Lunar Chinese
lunizer
calendar.
Chinese calendar. Yeah. So it's after Chunjie. In China, we usually eat tangyuan or yuanxiao, right? Like eat this because of the legend, and we have a lantern festival like this, or we eat this
Ronde.
soup. Yeah,
Mm.
not ronde. Yeah, it's similar with ronde, but yeah, maybe ronde is already another acculturation.
Yeah, acculturation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but uh, yeah, here's our me and Amadea in Lantern Festival. Yeah, in Chinese they makes
They,
festival like that, but in Indonesia it's called Cap Gome, and we eat lontong, not eat tangyuan.
mm,
We eat lontong because lontong is Indonesian traditional food from rice. It's like sticky. Yeah, this is at same day at Indonesia. Eat lontong cap gome, and usually this is a free. So if you go to the temple, you can get it free at Yuan Xiaojie days in Malang. So I usually go here to get free food.
Me too.
Yeah, you too go to temple.
Yes, because sometimes I practice gamelan in Kelenteng
Oh
in
yeah,
temple.
that's acculturation too.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
join. Uh, uh, I practice gamelan and then practice dance there.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah, you must show us the picture so my sleep is complete.
yeah. Because
Oh.
because my group is the name is Ang Hin Ho.
Oh.
That's the group from the temple.
Oh.
You
So like
practice,
that what?
uh, so you practice gamelan in the Chinese temple?
Yeah.
Yes,
That's amazing.
and
And
Yeah.
then
are there,
some of dancer in my group is Chinese, are Chinese.
wow. And do
Yeah,
you,
like that.
and are there other, for example, when you play the gamelan, do you use some Chinese instruments, or do you see that there are some, um, like some things of the Chinese, maybe things of the temple that you use, like a Chinese drum or the gong or
Yes,
something
of
like this?
course. Oh no, no. We are still have there Chinese there are Chinese music there, but we practice in different place, but in one temple in a
Wow.
different place, and then sometimes when
This
like the
temple.
temple celebrate celebrate the temple, we have show, and then so in our music in gamelan we play one or two Chinese song, but by gamelan.
Oh, in this temple, right?
Yes, in this
Yeah.
temple.
So in his
Wow.
temple, usually if you play puppet is in this. So this is same. So like long time ago, there is no this kind of yeah this kind of this kind of building long time ago, just like this, but inside is same. So puppet usually played here. And if you want to see a gamelan or dance, something like that, you must enter this place. Enter this. This
Yeah,
is so
enter
big.
this.
This is so big. You can
Yeah.
enter this, and in here there is a big, like big room. It can use for dance, for gamelan, a lot of things here.
Barongsai.
You should
Yeah.
enter from the left, from the right, from the side door, right?
Yeah. From this, because the perform usually in here.
You
This is
know,
very big.
you know
Yeah.
why?
What?
It's because like the main door is for spirits.
Oh.
Like Chinese
Oh.
people believe that the main
Yeah,
door
yeah.
is only for spirits. So like
Oh.
human should use the side door.
Oh.
Oh. That's
Wow.
I
amazing. Yeah.
see.
We don't allow to go here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is allowed, but like many people like look at us like weird. So yeah, I never
Uh,
go here.
they
I just go
they
here and here.
I know some people use this store. It just for like what's it religion days, something like that. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
so it just for maybe it's just for pray, but in special days.
yeah.
Yeah, I know that sometimes because I practice gamelan from I was child, maybe in junior high school. So I gone there
Mm.
every week in weekdays with my father. So that's why I know about about the I mean like the
About the door.
schedule there, and then
Oh.
what are they doing there, yeah, something like that,
Yeah,
like Capcome. So I joined Capcome too.
yeah.
So
What is Chacome?
Capcome is
Capcome,
Is that
that lantern
Lantern
festival
Festival?
in Indonesia. It's called Capcome, and I said to you, we eat lontong. It also can get in here. It's free in that day, and there is a lot of perform in that day. So it's very nice. I like that. Here, 元宵节，
yeah.
元宵节的时候
So
Yeah.
Indonesian culture also has lanterns.
No, oh yeah, we have lantern, but here's the difference. In Chinese, we eat tangyuan, but in Indonesia, we eat lontong. But it's
Okay.
same days. It's also 元宵节.
It's like
Wow.
acculturation
This is
between Chinese and Indonesian culture.
what?
Yeah.
It's acculturation.
Yeah,
Yes,
totally.
that's right.
Cool.
That's
Yeah.
acculturation.
So
And is it
we
still
don't. Yeah,
about the spring?
yeah.
Is-
It's about the spring. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's 15 day after the spring festival, like after the after the Chinese New
Year's.
Year. Yeah, there is a 元宵节,
Mm.
right? In Chinese. In that day too, in the same day, we call it Capcome. It's like Chinese dialect from one area, one village, not Putonghua, called Capcome. In here, we not eat tangyuan, but eat lontong, and we can get it free in Malang in that temple that Seprido play the gamelan. So there is a perform like Seprido play the gamelan, the lion dance, a lot of
Yeah.
things, and
So when
free food.
Capcome usually like gamelan, and then after gamelan traditional dance, Javanese dance, and then Chinese dance, barongsai. So there, yeah, I mean a lot of show
Yeah,
there. Yeah, that's
Actually,
amazing, I think.
it also happened in, I think, in almost every Chinese temple in
yeah,
Indonesia and in Malaysia.
Mm.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like once I talked with my friend from Malaysia, and we share similar culture. That also happened, but I don't remember how does it called in Malaysia. Is it also called cap gome, or is different? But they
Mm.
also give free food, and usually it's that ronde. How to call that? Yuan
Ronde.
dian xiao jie, or
Oh, yuan,
the food
tang yuan.
is, yeah, tang yuan. In
But it's,
Malaysia, they give that tang yuan just like in China.
yeah, in Malaysia use this, but in Indonesia use this.
Cap gome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I also performed that too in that temple when I was a kid, like sing a Chinese song for kids. Like,
Yeah,
Mm.
maybe we ever meet there, but
yeah,
we
maybe.
we don't know each other.
Yeah, yeah, it can happen.
Yeah, it can
Because
Yeah,
one,
happen.
I think yeah, it's that's why it's called acculturation, because they only take the elements like during cap gome, during lantern festival, Chinese people give something to the public, like free
yeah,
food or free stuff. So maybe like in Indonesia we give lontong, and in another country maybe we give another food or another thing.
Yeah, that's super
yeah,
interesting.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So the next is now this is Lantern Festival. So this is like in, so I have a boyfriend who live in the front of the temple. So
Wow.
in my boyfriend's house is like this
Balcony.
when it's
Oh.
Chapome. So it's very crowded. So yeah,
Yeah.
there is a this dance. This dance to also perform in the temple, in the street in temple. We perform this dance, but you know, this lantern festival when acculturation with Javanese culture, it's okay. It's just like this, but it's more crazy when it's acculturation with Borneo culture.
Really?
Yeah. But yeah, it's maybe uncomfortable, but it's okay.
Okay.
This is a culture. Yeah, this is Borneo is in the Borneo Island. You have the
Kalimantan.
map in yeah. So when it's acculturation with Borneo Island people whose culture is very strong, they have a power, so it's become like
I'm
this.
curious.
So like
Oh,
this.
Singkawang.
Yeah, Singkawa is like
Oh,
this is Borneo's island
culture,
traditional clothes,
custom.
but it's
Yeah.
acculturation with Chinese temple.
Oh my God.
So how to yeah, like this.
Juan,
Wow.
can you imagine like how they
Yeah.
put that thing?
Yeah, I have seen this. I had seen these pictures.
Yeah.
Oh,
This thing I don't know if they
Oh
use
my
magic
God.
or there is a sign behind it or there is a like medical I don't know.
That is
So
very interesting. Super.
in some day, yeah. This is a
I think
like
for instance we can say that it's like
okay.
it's with
This is
magic
also a
because like it's
pineapple. Yeah,
oh
like this. And this is also not Chinese, but perform Chinese. Yeah, like this. This is all the customs, all our acculturation things. This is a Chinese. This is also a mosque. Yeah, Muslim mosque here. And then here it's like Jingqu, like Beijing opera costume. Yeah, I don't know why they put this and how to put that.
oh my God, how to put that green thing?
Yeah, that green thing is
It
vegetable.
is heavy, right?
Yeah, that is heavy. There also this thing like pineapple. I don't know why when the Chinese culture and Borneo cultures together they become acculturated like this.
Mm.
In Japanese it's just like
Mm.
this called tutang or yeah tutang. So this is the source for copyright. So yeah, this is the part of my grandfather's era. But Chinese people already come to Indonesia like long time ago. There is a lot of story about Chinese people who came to here. For example, I will tell you about in Majapahit era. There is a so from Majapahit Kingdom era, there is a three kind of races in Majapahit, like Muslim people from the west, Chinese people from Fujian, then some of them becomes Muslim. I'm sorry, this is a typo. Some yeah, this is a typo one. Sorry. So some of them become Muslim.
I have a question.
What?
So Majapahit is in what year? 1400?
400
Uh,
around that time.
Okay. So Chinese people
Yeah.
have been. That's a long time ago.
Chinese people have been go here in that era. And some Chinese are Muslim. Some Chinese is already Muslim from there and go here already Muslim, and some Chinese are becomes Muslim at that era too. And some Chinese also Buddhist or Hinduism, maybe something like that. And this is from one source. I put the source in the slides. Like there is a local people who some is still believe in spirit, like Sepido said, Kejawen or Sunda Wiwitan, like that. Yeah. And some local people also Hindus or Buddhism also. This is the era of Majapahit Kingdom. And then here's I have a story about Champa Princess. Yeah, maybe the illustration is like this, like Chinese. Yeah. This is an illustration. I also put the source in the end of the slide.
Sandria,
yeah?
sorry. Can I add something?
Okay.
Because you find that source from Mahwan writing, right? From Gavin Menzies.
Okay.
That the Chinese people during Majapahit era.
Okay, you can tell.
Yeah. I will read the writings of Mahwan.
Okay.
In Mahwan's Yingyai Sheng Lan, the overall survey of the ocean's shores, he wrote, in this country, especially in East Java, there are three kinds of people. The first one is the Mohammedans, who have come from the West and have established themselves here. Their dress and food is clean and proper. The second, the Chinese, being all people from Canton, Changzhou, Quanzhou,
Canton is Guangzhou, Guangdong. Guangdong.
In Fujian, not far from Xiamen, who have run away and settled here. What they eat and use is also very fine, and many of them have adopted the Mohammedan religion and observe its precepts. Number three, the natives, who are very ugly and unclothed.
Oh yeah, I also
They go about with uncombed heads and naked feet, and believe devoutly in devils. Theirs, yeah, being one of the countries called devil countries in Buddhist. The food of these people is very dirty and bad. Is, for instance, snakes, ants, and all other insects, and worms, which are kept a moment before the fire and then eaten. Yeah.
Oh.
So like
Most complete. Yeah, more complete.
in that time, like people in Indonesia, like the majority people in Indonesia is not that civilized. I talked about this with Seprido, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This.
And
Yeah.
and that era, Chinese people and people from Arab came to Indonesia, and they are more developed than Indonesian people, native Indonesian. And then they socialize with Indonesian people, and then acculturation happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yay.
because if the true Indonesian, I think we never know this clothes.
I like
Yeah.
this.
We will never use it.
I
We will
like
never
this.
use it.
Is it like this or this? No, like the description.
The description is like Mahwan is one of the envoy from Zheng He fleet.
Oh, Zheng Ho ma? Oh, Zheng Ho.
Yeah, Zheng
Oh,
He,
yeah.
from Zheng He fleet.
You know, I think that it's so interesting how the uh, how the different cultures have been coming
Influence each
into,
other.
yeah, like even India, you know, like from like when was the first time that people from India went to Indonesia?
Yeah.
So many
I think
thousand
it's
years.
before century. Yeah.
Yeah, so long ago, you know, and then the Indian people, and then the Chinese people, and then the Arabic people, you know, like I
Yeah.
think that makes Indonesia such an interesting
Uh,
place
yeah.
because it's
There is a lot.
culture,
Yeah.
culture, culture, culture.
Yeah. Agree.
Yeah,
And
yes.
then, yeah. And I want to tell you about one interesting story in Majapahit Kingdom era. It's about Champa princess from Chinese. I choose this story if the story with black letter, it's from the source. But wait, but if I but when the text it's in blue is from mouth to mouth, like from, yeah, one of my friends is she have a their ancestor is this princess, and she don't want to uh I don't want
Share
to,
it with public.
yeah, get public. So
Mm.
I tell you about her ancestor. Okay, so there's a story about Champa princess. So Chinese people years. Oh, so Champa princess is beautiful princess with oriental face. Like my friend said, she is from Chinese. Like her father is Chinese and her mother's is like from Indochina areas. Maybe right now is Vietnam or, yeah,
Yeah,
like
Champa
in that
right now is
Vietnam or
Vietnam.
Vietnam.
so Vietnam. Oh yeah, like but her father's is from Chinese. Yeah, that's my friend says. And Chinese people brings Princess Champa to the King Prabu Brawijaya V, and then because Chinese people hope to the Majapahit kingdom allows them to stay there and protect the Chinese people. So the Chinese people like, here's I give our oriental
Princess.
for you, so, but please protect us like that. Yeah. So and then Prabu Brawijaya V is the fourth uh, uh,
14th
yeah,
14th.
14th,
king.
14th
Yeah.
king in Majapahit Kingdom, and he is the first Muslim kings in Majapahit Kingdom. Like Majapahit, it's not Muslim's kingdom, but Prabu Brawijaya is the first Muslim's king. And how to? Oh, no. Where I put? Okay, here. And then here's then the king accepted because in the history, like the king like Champa princess, beautiful face, like she's so beautiful, and the king accepted, and let's Chinese people stay in Majapahit. So, oh, so the Champa princess become Amadi.
Eh? What does it mean?
No.
Something.
because my share screen is like this. No, and then go on, and then here's and here. So Champa Princess also the first king's
Oh,
wife who
Raden
is Muslim. So
Batas.
she's the first Muslim woman who become a king's wife. So from Champa Princess and King's Brawijaya five, they have had a son called Raden Patah. So Raden Patah then become the first king in the and rule Muslim kingdom after Majapahit in Java Island. And then this is from my friend. So Muslims spread their religions also from Chinese people. And Champa Princess have a niece called Sunan Ampel. So he have a authority in that kingdom. So that Majapahit kingdom allows Sunan Ampels and allows Chinese who is Muslims to come to the kingdoms and spread Muslim in Majapahit kingdom. So here's the funeral of Princess Champa, and this is a national logo of us. Like here, there is a Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. This is a nationality logo in Indonesia, and here's is Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. There's a lot of meaning. Like here, there is a meaning. Here's a meaning, but here's like called the Bhinneka Tunggal Ika because oh wait, and then because of this, like in Majapahit era, there is a man called Empu Tantular. So Empu Tantular write a Sutasoma book, or yeah, like holy, like Bible, or yeah, just in the Sutasoma book at Majapahit Kingdom era, there is a quotes like this. Can you read it, Sefrido? This is a Sanskrit. This is a Sanskrit words like Kruaneka.
Boneka Datu Winwus Buddha Wiswa.
That means Buddha and Siwa is a different matter. Like at that time, there is a Hindus, there is a Buddhist, and like he write it because of the difference because between the Buddhist and the Hindu. And then here, can you read this video?
Bineki rakwa ring apan keno parwa nosen.
That means
Nosen.
Parwanosen. Yeah, that means they are different, but how to recognize them? Oh no, this is. And then you can read this too.
Mongko ing jinatwa kalawan siwa tatwa tunggal.
That mean Tunggal it's mean one. So that mean because of the truth of the Jina or Buddhist and Siwa is one. So no matter we are different, but the truth is one, just one truth. So this is Bhinneka Tunggal Ika.
Oh my God.
No dharma mangro.
Yeah, that means they are different but one. There is no chaos in the truth. So Bhinneka Tunggal Ika means they are different but one, and Tanhana Dharma Mangwa is there is no chaos in the truth. But our government just take a Bhinneka Tunggal Ika part in here. That's how we like adopt a culturation, a lot of different. So we are like like we are already struggle with this different from long time ago and peace and different again and peace like that. So yeah, it happened a lot. So this is my collection from Zhuanzhou Museum. Maybe this is why because I already told you about a Champa princess who is Muslim, very Muslim from China. So here's I got the collection from my phone. when I go to Jeonjo Museum here, Jeonjo Island Cultural Museum. This is me when I'm study field to here. So this is in Chinese in Jeonjo in Fujian. Yeah, in Xiamen, like town near Xiamen. Do you go to Jeonjo already, Juan? Okay, so if you go again, you can go to this museum. So this is like a stone from Arabian people who came to Chinese to spread Muslim. So here's the a lot of this person is called Ibn Battuta. So maybe Ibnu. Ibn
Ibnu,
Battuta
it's
is
Ibnu Batuta.
Ibnu
yeah,
Batuta.
Ibn Battuta. So it's like Moroccan traveler who had been to 44 countries covering 100
170.
120,000
120,000
kilometers,
kilometers.
landed at Jeonjo in 1348.
46.
He spent 1 year
46.
in China. His book introduced in China's great civilization to the world and referred to Jeonjo as the world's largest port. So, for your information, Jeonjo have a great port like I show you in Guangdong that picture. So my my grandmother's fathers is from Jeonjo, but my grandmother's from father's side, like from father's mothers.
Mm.
Yeah, like mothers, and from who's from Fujian is from father's side. My father's fathers, and here my father's mother's side is from Jeonjo.
Okay.
Yeah, same. Yeah, it's same Fujian too. And this is I got from that museum too. So here's the from Arabia to in 13th to 14th centuries. How Muslims spread to all over Asia. This is the map. Like here's also Indonesia, so maybe it's come from here to here. There is a to from here to and spreading like that. Yeah, like from here, and then there is a circle like here's. Okay, so and then here's the why Chinese people say why there is a Indonesian saying kejarlah ilmu sampai ke negeri Cina. You should strive for knowledge even as far as China. So it's from here that was very famous in Indonesia. So maybe Amadea can review this book. Need. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. So this is I just want to share because our journeys through the differentiation is came from a long time ago, like from Majapahit era. There is already a Chinese and Arabic people, and then after that Dutch people came. Like England people also came here, Portuguese also, and a lot of people, and we are like we are already we are already go through a lot of things like conflicting and then peaceful, conflicting and then peaceful, and right now it's like that too. So maybe we can learn from his story, like how we get peaceful together and have a Bhinneka Tunggal Ika like that. So because I already told you about the Champa princess who is in Majapahit era, there is a spreading like Chinese people came to Indonesia. And how about this time? Maybe Amadea can help me.
Hmm.
How about this time? Is Chinese
Uh,
people here?
yeah, at 1421, like the Yongle Emperor, I think he's the second or the third emperor of China, of Yuan dynasty, of Yuan dynasty. And
Oh,
during that time, like the uh, farming, what is farming? Invention. The invention and knowledge is very developed.
Mm.
And even the emperor, they let um they ask one of his admiral to go to another countries to do like international relation in political, in culture, and everything. And one of the biggest fleet, no, one of the biggest and what is not envoy, like pelayaran fleet, yeah.
oh,
One of
yeah.
the biggest fleet is during Admiral Zheng He, and he he did seven times fleet to several countries and including Indonesia.
Mm.
And in Indonesia, we have three major theory of how Islam came to Indonesia. The first theory is from Arab, second is from India, and the third is from China. Because it, in my opinion, there is no exact history.
Mm. And then,
Like we can, like for example, uh, about the Champa princess. Maybe
yeah,
you read from this source is like that, and when you read from another source is also a
yeah,
different thing.
yeah. So I like mark it. It is from
Yeah,
friends, from his source. Because I don't know. Yeah.
mm. Like it's the same with how Islam came to Indonesia. And one of the source, like they say that China also held the role of spreading Islam in Indonesia. And
Yeah.
one of the biggest influence is during Admiral Zheng He fleet, because at that time there are a huge number of people who came to Indonesia, and most of them are Muslim. Because Admiral Zheng He is also a Muslim. Yeah,
Yeah.
because he is also a
Oh,
Muslim. And
He's Muslim.
Sandria, to be
Yeah.
honest,
Yeah.
huh? Yes,
But to be
So
honest,
that general was Muslim. How come? He was from
yeah,
Chanzhou?
yes, no. Uh, Actually, he is a Mongolian.
mm,
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's not Yuan dynasty. It's Ming dynasty. It's Ming dynasty. Before Ming, it's Yuan dynasty, right?
Yuan Ming Qing. Yuan first, and
Yeah,
then Ming,
Yuan
and then
and then
Qing.
Ming.
Yeah.
Yuan dynasty is Kublai Khan. They're from Mongolia, right?
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's from Mongolia. And
Singosari era here.
hmm?
In here we are in Singosari era.
Singasari. Oh,
Yeah.
maybe next time you can tell us about Singasari era.
Yeah.
And during Kublai Khan era, I watched one series on Netflix. It's about Mongolian. It's about Kublai Khan.
Oh.
The
Then.
title is Marco Polo.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then.
And from that movie, and then I did small research about it. During Kublai Khan era, they allow people from from different religion came to Mongolia, and like they stay in Mongolia, and they uh, socialize with Mongolian people. And one of people who is Muslim is Admiral Zheng He's family. And
Mm.
during Yuan dynasty, Mongolian people came to China, and they live in China.
Oh.
And then that time, Admiral Zheng He was a friend of Prince Yongle, the third emperor of Ming dynasty.
Oh.
Oh.
When that emperor was a kid, Admiral Zheng He was he was a servant, but he is a good friend with emperor. So when Yuan dynasty end, and the Ming established uh, Admiral Zheng He and Yongle. Wait, oh yeah, Admiral Zheng He also helped his friends to take over China. So Admiral Zheng He became one of his closest friends.
Mm.
And when he grew up and became emperor, he made Zheng He become his admiral, become like one of his trusted men.
Mm.
And he's a Muslim. He's a Muslim. And when I go to Xi'an, I read in one how to say that, plaque, right? Like
Like
in one of like a wood board, stone
Play,
board
Mm.
play.
in the Great Mosque in Xi'an. It's written that during Ming Dynasty, Admiral Zheng He, he asked one of imam in mosque in Xi'an to come
Mm.
with him to become a translator because he's
Mm.
imam in Xi'an and he can speak Arabic fluently.
yeah.
So that imam came with Zheng He to in his fleet, and he visited many countries, and they built relation with that countries. And one of the countries is Indonesia. And at that time, 1400 around, yeah, or around that time, in Java also, it's the era of Wali Songo.
Oh yeah. What is
Yes,
like Sunan Ampel? The news of
yeah,
Tempa is Wali Songo.
yes. Wali Songo is there's nine like a religious leader in Indonesia who held a huge role of spreading Islam in Indonesia.
Yeah.
Like if you want to read about spreading Islam in Indonesia, you must read about Wali Songo because during that time, they have a huge influence in spreading Islam in Indonesia. And from what I read, mm, Islam Islam was established at 600 or something, 617 in Arab.
Yeah.
And during that time, there are a lot of Arabs who do business with Indonesia and with another countries.
Oh yeah, it's like a Silk Road too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and during that time, they give influence little by little to native Indonesian. So we can say that maybe Indonesia knows Islam since 600 something, but at that time Muslim is only like maybe only a few people knows about Muslim, maybe only people who lives in the coastline, who maybe they interact with Arabs, but not the whole Indonesia. But during 1400, like 13 or 14th century, during that Wali Songo era, Islam is already we can say a big, not organization, like most of people in Indonesia knows about Islam, not
Mm.
only small groups or small society knows about Indonesia.
Yeah.
And that time also, uh, Admiral Zheng He came to Indonesia, and they and he took with him like so many imam and a lot of Muslim, Chinese Muslim and Muslim from Champa.
Yeah. I add something.
Yeah,
Can
you can add some
okay.
anything.
So my friends also said when Champa go to Indonesia, she's not
They go with,
alone. Yeah,
yeah,
they go with a lot of people, and that lot of people also have a camp in Indonesia in one place, one
yes,
place like that. Yeah.
because during that fleet the number of people is huge. Like there are so many people came to Indonesia with Admiral Cheng He fleet. And then since Admiral Cheng He is Muslim, and he also take a lot of Muslim with him, and they meet with Wali Songo, and then they talk, and that's why we believe that Chinese people also like have a role in spreading Islam in Indonesia.
Yeah,
We cannot say
exactly.
they brought Islam to Indonesia because we don't know exactly like how Islam brought to Indonesia. And Indonesia also, we are a archipelago, so like we don't know, maybe in one area Islam brought to that area during this time, and to another area maybe next year or next century.
Yeah.
And oh, I don't remember what else I want to say. Ask me question.
Okay. So the chronologies is like maybe I want to ask you a question. So Champa Princess came to Indonesia in Majapahit era, and then the Champa Princess and Prabu Brawijaya have a son named Raden Patah, who is the first is Muslim kings in Indonesia, and the Champa have a niece who is Sunan Ampel, who is one of the Wali Songo, right? So first Champa and then Wali Songo next, like that the chronology.
Actually, what I read, and yeah, from the source I read, there I don't know exactly if they are princess or just like rich people from Champa,
Yeah,
or maybe someone famous in Champa who came to
yeah,
Indonesia. But there are merchants, there are
yeah.
business persons, and
Mm,
they came to Indonesia with
yeah,
Chenghe fleet, with another Champa people.
yeah.
They came to Indonesia, but they are rich. They
Mm,
are like they do business. They do business and they are rich. And then they go to Prabu Brawijaya V,
yeah.
and Prabu Brawijaya likes her, likes that
Yeah,
girl, like fell in love with her or something. And then
yeah, yeah,
yeah, he asked his parents, which is Muslim, and like in Champa, they are a religious leader in Champa,
oh,
like one of a famous Muslim leader in Champa. And
okay.
before go to Indonesia, they go to Malaysia. They
Mm,
also preach in Malaysia. They also have a relative in Malaysia.
yeah,
And then they came to Majapahit Kingdom, and then yeah, you're right that they come to Prabu Brawijaya to
yeah.
ask for
Like,
not refugee, like so they can settle in Indonesia.
yeah. So like Chinese people safe in here. Yeah,
Yeah,
in Majapahit era at the time.
yeah. And then Prabu Brawijaya liked
Yeah,
her, and he wants her to become like one of his wife.
yeah. Like fifth.
I don't remember exactly, but
Yeah,
yeah, more than one. But then oh yeah, and they had a son named Raden Patah.
yeah,
But then what I read, uh the first wife of Prabu Brawijaya doesn't
yeah.
like her.
Okay.
So she asked Prabu Brawijaya to not to divorce, like to not to throw her, but at the end, that Champa women moved to Palembang and
Oh,
one of the become wife of one of the leader in Palembang.
Oh.
And people also believe that she also spread Islam in Palembang because she is a Muslim and her family mm, is religious and one of the Islam leader in Champa and in Indonesia also.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
I also read that the Champa princess is also relatives of Sunan Ampel.
Yeah. Like in what I read is niece. Niece.
Mm.
Yeah, niece. It's like Sunan Ampel is Princess Champa's niece. Niece.
And
Nephew. Nephew.
and then yeah, from what I read, because uh Prabu Brawijaya's first wife doesn't like her, and she also moved to Palembang. So
Yeah.
Raden Patah is lived with Sunan Ampel.
Oh.
That's where he learned Islam from
Oh.
Sunan Ampel. And then, and as I know, Prabu Wijaya is not a Muslim. He's a Hindu Buddhist.
Yeah,
And then,
maybe different source, different.
yeah, maybe different from different source. And then Raden Patah learned about Islam from Sunan Ampel. And then Raden Patah, he established new kingdom, is
Yeah,
Demak Kingdom.
yeah.
Yeah, and from what I read also, uh, Demak is like one of the area given by Prabu Brawijaya by his father.
Yeah.
So like before, Prabu Brawijaya give area to Raden Patah to build like a small kingdom. But it turns out that uh, that kingdom become bigger and bigger. Yes.
Yeah. So maybe about Sunan Ampel, like Seprido already told one of the Sunan Ampel is Sunan Wali
Wali
Songo
Songo,
is Sunan Ampel, and one again is Sunan
Kalijaga.
Kalijogo,
Yeah,
Kalijogo in
yeah, it's the
Java.
same.
So it's Sunan Kalijaga who used the puppet,
Yeah,
to spreading
to preach.
Islam.
Yeah,
Oh, right. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that the story of
because I think Wali Songo, they are brilliant because they're only uh maybe nine people, because I read from different source, like some source says that Wali Songo, Songo it means nine, Wali or Songo it means nine.
Someone means
Songo.
nine.
uh
So
Songo it means nine in Japanese, and Wali Songo it include nine religious leader, Islamic leader who preach Islam, especially in Java Island. But from different source, I read it's not number. Songo is from Sangha. I don't remember what does it mean, but it means people like holy people who spread Islam. But the most famous is only nine. Yeah, because
oh
they are very very smart. Like they can because during that time people still believe in Buddhist and in Hindu, but
yeah,
they can add like Islamic
that
points.
one.
Oh, what is that?
Wali
Oh, Wali
Songo.
Songo,
Wali
yeah.
Songo.
Indeed.
Because he can uh, he can put Islamic teaching
Yeah.
on art and on culture, so it will be easier for people to learn Islam through culture, through their daily lives,
Yeah.
through
Oh,
what they do in daily life.
that's
Because
very
yeah, one teaching of one saying from Sunan Kalijaga, what I remember is like we cannot force something, we can force anything to people, but we can put like little by little, so they want to realize that they already influenced.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. So maybe Safrida also know
Yeah.
about this kind of thing.
Mm.
Yeah, I know that. But I maybe from Wali Songo, maybe from me, mm, I know it's Sunan Kalijogo, because Sunan Kalijogo is uh I think he is so smart because
Mm.
he introduced Islam from culture, from art, from
Puppet.
puppet.
Um.
Last time I ever say to you, but the title of the pet story is about uh, Jamus Kalimosodo. So
Yeah,
in
I
the
remember.
puppet, Jamus Kalimosodo is like a book that is a very holy book. That's it's very, I mean, in a word, this is so very, what's that, sakti
Is
though,
it Ramayana?
uh,
Oh,
Very good.
Mahabharata.
Mahabharata.
Oh,
So
Mahabharata. Ramayana. Oh,
Beautiful,
no, no, it's not
beautiful.
Ramayana.
they make a story, puppet story. The title is Jamus Kalimosodo, and then in that story, the Jamus Kalimosodo is uh the like the holy book of Puntadewa. Puntadewa is the first first Pandawa, the first
Mm.
Pandawa. Nah, but if you know, Jamus Kalimosodo is not book. Jamus Kalimosodo is Jamus Kalimosodo itu kalimat sahadat.
Oh,
Kalimat
kalimat
sahadat.
is sentences. Shahadat is like
Like
Yeah,
holy
before you, if you
sentences.
want to enter Islam, if you want to become a Muslim, you should speak that shahadat.
syahadat.
Yeah.
Nah, that's so at last time my father's friend, uh he is also puppet player. He said at the last time, if you want to watch
Yeah.
puppet
Puppet
Jamus
show.
Kalimosodo, you must say kalimat syahadat too.
Yes.
So so I think, okay, so if you want to watch it, you must be a
Yeah.
Muslim.
Yes.
That's a
But I
tricky
think
one.
that's smart. That's so
I
smart.
think that's super smart.
That's so smart.
Like people become Muslim without they realizing it.
Yeah, and then the popular song from this the song is popular because Sunan Kalijogo sing this song.
What
Maybe
song?
Amadea and Sandria ever heard about Ilir Ilir. Lirir
Yeah.
lirir
Oh,
tandurius
But
sindir.
I know,
I
I
don't
know.
I don't know the meaning.
Yeah, what?
Ah, so the meaning is about the politic and the mental like the politic and mental, was it, decrease in that
Kasta?
era. So the mentality is decrease. So like we at the time Majapahit is turned down, so there are a chaos there, and then like people the mentality, and then they like do anything, like there are no rule there. That's why Islam come there. to fix it.
Mm.
So it's leri ler tandure sumiler tak ijo royo royo tak sungguh kemantenannya. That's the meaning like at the time leri jangan penek no blimbing kuwi lunyu penek no kanggo mbasuh dodo tir. Na mitir pedahing pinggir dondomono jumatono. Oh, so that's the meaning is at that time is the politic and then like young men, young people there is like do everything like they want to do. So there are no rule there. And then in this song the message is if you are a people, if good people and then you wise people, you will save at that era, something like that.
Mm.
So the meaning, I mean the whole meaning, something like that. Like at that time, you know about the like a song. Uh, the song is about gundul gundul pacul cul
I know.
kemelengan
What is that?
nyunggi wakul kul
I know
kemelengan.
that song.
Nah, the meaning is same. So gundul gundul pacul cul kemelengan nyunggi wakul kul kemelengan wakul nglimpang sekone tadi salatar. Nah, this meaning is there are a lot of people that they want they want to get everything in this world.
Oh.
It's mean in this world it's mean like gold or money and something that that
Fulfill
they
our
think,
desire.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so something that they think if they
Get it?
get it they will be maybe
Happy.
welfare, happy, something like that. But kemeleng aku kemeleng wakong limpang sekone tadi salater wakong limpang sekone tadi salater. So there will be a person or some people that know that is false, they will be happy. I mean the true happiness.
Oh,
So
wakul glimpang is means like happiness glimpang, happiness fall or what?
no, wakul glimpang sekone tadi salater. It's mean wakul glimpang. No. This. Oh,
I have
sorry.
waffle. Do you
The
want?
song is cubla suang. Sorry. Cubla suang tenggelan der mambu ketundung kutel pak kembang lera lere sapa gelem dele aki sir pong dele kopong. That's the song.
Oh, no.
Cubla suang. It's cubla suang. It's mean you find something, you collect something.
Cupla suang.
Suang tenggelan der mambu
Ting
ketundung.
putong.
King Pudong. Why is
Because Amada not is
Yeah,
Java
it-
people.
yeah. So that's the one. You're not alone. You
Oh,
don't understand.
but I have a question.
Mhm.
When do you sing this song? This song is popular when? In what kind
When
of
I was
occasion?
a kid.
For kids?
Actually,
Oh.
the before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if the song is about ilir is that's popular when I was a child. That's
Yes,
popular.
I know.
So I think every people who practice gamelan, who know about gamelan, who know about traditional song, they will know about it.
Wow.
Ilir.
You know, we don't have
Because
so many traditional songs like that. Like songs that will educate about the culture and about the history and about the.
Yes. Before.
We don't have this so much.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe just like in Christmas, we have like some rituals some rituals
Mhm.
about like that Christ is going to come, and then we're like Christmas, this kind of rituals, and then we will sing some songs, but they are mostly Christian songs about
Oh.
about the Christian religion, about Jesus and Mary, his mother, and like this, but about our culture, about our history. I can't. I mean, there probably are, but I cannot think of any. If there are, they are very much inside the Christian ritual occasions. So I think it's very interesting. Like there are so many possibilities to make songs for children about history and about these beautiful things. That
Mhm.
amazing.
Yeah, because in here we have I think a lot of song, but not all song we know. And then
Especially
like
now, right?
especially now we
Yes.
never sing about it.
Yes. Because when I was a kid, also like my mom sometimes sang me that kind of song. But now, no.
But
Yeah.
nowadays the viral songs it's also Javanese song, but it's all but it's
It's
about
about
toxic
love, right?
relationship. You like Lati.
What is that?
It's song
Lati.
like viral now. It's like they have a Japanese dancer. It's trending on YouTube, but it's about
Lati.
toxic relationship. Like
No
Yeah,
idea.
but
What is
but
that?
that's that the phrase of Lati.
Yeah,
Lati, that's no, yeah, maybe they make a song
lyrical.
because
Yeah,
the famous song it's majority about love, so they make
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
a song
about
about love,
love.
but in the reference they put like a phrase. It's Japanese phrase. What's that? What's the dia? Japanese phrase-nya?
About the uh, kowe ra iso mlayu, soko kesalahan ajining diri ono ing ngerti.
Ajining diri ono ing lati. So that's the sentence is ajining rogo saka busono, ajining diri saka lati.
Oh, what that mean?
What does it mean?
Yeah, so ajining rogo saka busono it's mean
Oh, it's
you
from clothes.
you could or rogo it's mean what's
Physical
in English?
appearance.
Physical.
Physical.
Yeah,
So
physical
Rogo.
appearance.
ajining it's mean like what's it? The value of your physique is from clothes. The value of your I the value of yours it's mean your heart, your character is from most.
Lati. Yeah.
So the sentence like that.
Interesting. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That yeah the real sentence is, but they just put just one phrase, not the
Yeah. Not the
sentence, just
same.
one phrase for the
Yeah.
song.
Because it's about toxic relationship. So yeah, just they just say like to their ex because the value from people is from Lati like that. And if you want to see Tsuiguan, you can see on YouTube. It's still trending maybe. I
Can
don't
you
know.
can
Yeah,
you
Lati.
can you send me the name?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Lati.
maybe you can send us the
I
link.
already sent in your Instagram, but the cover version. Maybe you can see the original version.
In Instagram? You send me in Instagram?
Yeah, but
Okay.
the cover one, not the original one. Yours.
Maybe you can search
Lati.
weird
Lati.
genius. Word genius. Weird genius.
Weird. Yeah, weird. Genius.
Weird genius.
Oh,
Lati.
Yeah.